These are the greatest game-winning plays that we saw in 2024.
Oh, the play of the year in the NFL!
And instead of saving the best for last, let's put the craziest one first.
Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line, and the ball is caught!
But what about this game-winning field goal that was only good by an inch?
From 52 for the win, it is just good!
And even though the Super Bowl dagger came in the third quarter, how could you not include that on this list?
Or maybe slow the dagger. Hurts going deep for it all. Devontae Smith! He has got it! Touchdown!
Meanwhile, Puka Nacua scored the game winner to cap off the game of the year in 2024.
They blitz. Stafford sees it. Nacua gets a block. He might go! Nacua scores! Touchdown Rams!
And before he was asking questions during Super Bowl week, Jameis Winston was leading the Browns to one of the biggest upsets we saw this season.
Winston going for it all for the end zone for Tillman. He's got it!
Running the over route, and boy, he just absolutely dusted.
Unfortunately for Winston, not every game-winning touchdown he threw was to his team.
As he was headed out of bounds, here's a pick! Intercepted! And that should end the night. McMillan, the other way. Touchdown, Broncos.
But this year, we saw this historic rivalry give us two of the craziest endings of all time. Ever since 2018, the Packers have completely owned the Bears. They had won 10 straight games, but Chicago was hopeful that would change this year. And with just 3 minutes left, down by 1, Caleb Williams was looking to cement himself as a Bears legend with a historic upset. And it looked like that was going to happen with some of the plays he was making.
Four-man rush. Williams in trouble, gets that out of one sack, running for his life, throws. Oh, it's a big catch. Game on the line. Williams lofting one for a dude. He caught it! Blitz, everybody's coming here. Williams throws, caught!
After getting the team into field goal range, it looked like the Bears would finally snap their losing streak against the Packers until this happened.
And it's blocked! Oh my goodness, the Packers block it, and they're gonna win!
And in Week 18, we had a very similar situation. Down by 1, with even less time on the clock, Chicago was looking to take down their rivals with a game-winning field goal. And unlike in Week 11, this time, it was good.
Good snap, good hold, the kick on the way by Santos, and it is good!
Okay, but what about when the Cowboys of all people took down this playoff team with a go-ahead touchdown on 4th down? But this walk-off touchdown from the Rams was probably one of the best throws and catches we have seen all year.
Fake to Williams. Stafford fires downfield for a touchdown.
And if you paid attention at all this season, you would know that the Commanders were involved in some crazy endings and game winners, like this one against the Eagles.
2nd and goal, 10 seconds. Daniels fires, end zone, touchdown!
And what's even more wild is that Washington had 5 turnovers and still somehow won that game. Then the very next week in overtime, Jaden Daniels showed even more ice in his veins.
It is Jaden Daniels, end zone, it is caught for the touchdown!
That game winner was the one that sent the Commanders to the playoffs for the first time in 4 years. Then in the final week of the season, Washington was even able to have their backup QB throw a touchdown to take the lead with just 2 seconds left.
It's 2nd and goal, end zone shot for the lead, it's McLaurin! He's got it!
And of course, you know that during their wildcard game, in order to get their first playoff win in 20 years, it was going to come down to the final seconds.
The Washington Commanders off the upright, and it is in!
4 crazy game winners, all in back-to-back-to-back-to-back weeks. We may never see anything like this ever again. But not all of Washington's comebacks were successful, like how this onside kick resulted in this crazy score.
The left, Goes straight ahead this time, and it's picked up, and that'll put the nail in the coffin. End-to-end Wanye Thomas.
But this year, we saw the Kansas City Chiefs use devil magic to help them secure a couple of wins. I mean, we have all seen the Isaiah Likely foot out of bounds, the Bengals' questionable PI call, and the weird fumble Aiden O'Connell had at the end of the Black Friday game. But the Chiefs have also had a couple of crazy kicks to end their games as well, like how they kept their undefeated streak alive with this play.
What's the kick to win it? Oh! Blocked! The Chiefs have won!
I mean, of course, right as Kansas City was about to lose their first game, the Devil Magic came in and saved the day for them. But later in the season, we saw an even crazier one happen for KC, going down to the wire against the Chargers. After blowing a 13-point lead, the Chiefs were lining up for a game-winning field goal that would also give them their 9th consecutive division title. And what followed was the most devil magic field goal ever.
The Chiefs.
But these last 4 plays are without a doubt the craziest game winners we have seen this year. Like this one that capped off the best QB performance we saw in 2024.
That's fired, that's caught, and that is Hodge, and Hodge is going to take it to the end zone.
That touchdown got Kirk Cousins to over 500 yards, and he was the only quarterback who was able to do that this season. This next game-winning play not only secured a playoff berth for the Buccaneers, but it tied an unbreakable record as well. During Week 18, Tampa Bay was up by 8 with less than 40 seconds left, and they could have just taken a kneel to end the game. But their star wide receiver, Mike Evans, was just a few yards away from history. You see, ever since he got drafted into the league, Evans has been extremely consistent, always having 1,000 yards in each year. And with just 30 seconds left in the season, he needed just 5 more yards to start his career with 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons, which would tie Jerry Rice's record. And not only that, but he would get a $3 million bonus if he crossed 1,000 as well. So even though a kneel would have ended the game for the Bucs, they decided to get their franchise's best player the record he very much deserved.
Mayfield. Throwing, Evans, he ties it, Jerry Rice has company.
But the best game winner capped off one of the most amazing games of the year and kept this team's playoff hopes alive. After starting 4-8, the Bengals needed to win their final 5 games to even have a chance at making the playoffs. And it was in jeopardy against the Broncos, especially after Bo Nix and Marvin Mims made this insane play to send the game into overtime.
Burton the block, and Nix will throw it. It is caught, touchdown!
And after trading possessions in the extra period, it seemed like Cincinnati would win the game on a walk-off field goal until this happened.
Oh, dink! He missed it!
After getting the ball back again, Joe Burrow wanted to make sure that he would end this game with the Bengals getting a dub, and with a little over 1 minute left, he would find T. Higgins twice to keep the Bengals' playoff hopes alive.
They bring the linebackers going deep. He's looking for Higgins, who makes the catch. Was he in bounds? Yes, he was! Burrow with the ball, 1st and goal. End zone, caught. Higgins, touchdown,